Hello, 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 everyone. This is your girl Janine with Symphony Reads. Visit us at www.symphonyreads.com, or you can visit us on Facebook at Symphony Reads. Send us an email, symphonyreads@gmail.com. I'm not going to be before you long today, but I did want to jump on real quick and talk to you about something that I think is important, something that I believe we all go through or know someone who is going through it, and that is suicide. And many who know me knows that every year I do 2 walks for suicide prevention with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and this year is no different. I have a walk on September the 29th, and I have one in October that I'll be doing. The one on the 29th is with Montgomery County, and then the one in October is the Washington, D.C. one. Is the big one that is happening. Suicide prevention is, something that is dear to my heart because I believe we need to get together and save each other. We don't know who it affects and why it affects them, but we know that a lot of people are dying by suicide every day. In the United States by itself, it is the 10th leading cause of death. That's an alarming number. If you look at just an age group, it is the 2nd leading cause of death for age groups 10 to 38. That is an alarming number. And it's sad to me. I just learned that someone I met not too long ago passed away by suicide, and that makes my heart sad for that person. It makes my heart sad for their family. So I want to just say, if you know anyone who have suicidal thoughts, who've tried and maybe they don't know what help is out there for them, I encourage them to call the suicide hotline. It is a number that I keep in my own phone for those really hard days that pop up and come up. It is a number that I use, and it's a number that I give, because you're going to have someone on that other line who just listens, helps calm you down, and help you through the steps of, this is not something you really, really want to do. You're having a moment, and the moment will pass. You just have to give it time for it to pass. And so let me give that number out. It's 1-800-273-8255. Again, that number is 1-800-273-8255. I'm going to give it one more time. 1-800-273-8255. So it's a number, and I encourage you to use it. It's not a number for, when I say it's not a number where you feel like someone is not going to understand what you're going through. You're not going to feel like you're alone, and you're not going to feel crazy, if that makes any sense at all. I remember the first time I called the hotline, I was very nervous, but I had so much going on, and I was in a cloud, and I just was like, I need help, and I don't know what else to do at this point. So I reached out, and it was surprising that for me, that person understood what I was going through and validated some fears that I had. And when I say validated, not the fears, but to say, like, one of the things was, I had too much going on at one time. And they validated the fact, well, that is a lot that you had going on at that time. Okay, like, that is a lot. No, that's not normal. That is a lot to have to deal with at one time. So that's the validation that I was talking about. Because in my mind at the time, I felt like I just don't know how to handle what's going on. I think it's too much and I don't know what to do. And it's chaotic. And I feel chaotic and I'm just kind of stuck in this frenzy, not knowing what to tackle first, what to do first. And it just brought on so much anxiety, and it had racing thoughts going through my mind, and I couldn't settle down at all, and I was shaking. I remember shaking. I didn't know if I was just going to take my car and just ram it into something, or just, I wasn't sure. I was all over the place, and I didn't know what I was going to do, and that frightened me. That frightened me a lot. So I reached out and they just validated the fact that you had a lot going on, and that's okay. So don't feel like, you have to be this superwoman type person that has to deal with that. Anybody who had to deal with all of that at one time would too have the same, I don't know what to do. It's a lot going on. So it's a good number, 1-800-273-8255. And I get asked this question a lot when it comes to suicide. A lot of people want to know why people decide to do suicide. And that is not necessarily an easy question to answer because everyone's reasons are different. Some are similar. And I would say that the number one reason why anyone would go down a road, and I'm not talking situations. I mean, just everyone's situation might be different. I'm just talking being brought to the place where you feel like there's no hope. Being brought to the place where you feel like hope is just out the window. You can't see anything past anything. You lost hope. And when you lost hope, you lost your goal. You lost your aim, your plan, your design. You understand what I'm saying? Hope is a feeling of expectation and a desire for a certain thing to happen. So I can hope that I will be okay tomorrow. I can hope that I get a raise, something like that. I have an ambition, a goal, a plan. These are all synonyms for hope. And when you lose that hope, you feel like there's no more to do. I can't move forward anymore because there's nothing for me to look forward to. I have no hope anymore. I've lost hope. And that's where I would say I've been in that situation myself. And I believe many, many, many others have been in situations like that themselves. And when we get there, one thing I've learned through my own situation is I had to remember that I am not hopeless. I do not have hopelessness, but I am hopeful. And whatever is going on, it will pass. I can't live in that second. I have to calm down enough to know that there is still hope. And I can't give hope to others if I don't have it myself, if I don't believe in it myself. And I believe as individuals, we should all want to help others find their hope if they feel like that hope is lacking. To remind them of why they should be hopeful or to have hope, and not have them stay in a place where they feel like hope is gone. And there's many ways to do that. Sometimes just listening to someone who's on that side, in that place. Because sometimes I know for myself, there's times I feel like I'm talking and no one's listening to me. No one understands what it is I'm saying, and I'm just talking and talking and talking. And I feel like no one hears me. And I just feel like I just have to scream inside. So to have that listening ear, whether it's on the phone, face to face, just to know that someone is truly listening to me on the other end, and, not saying anything, but just truly listening to me on the other end as I go through whatever it is I'm going through to let out and release, is just something that I know that we can do for each other. If I start to talk that I am losing hope, my mom, my dad, a friend, a stranger on the street that didn't even know I was in that place reminded me of hope, of something to look forward to, something to grab a hold of. And I honestly believe that if we grab a hold of hope, that it can change the mindset that we have. And there are many scriptures that goes through something with hope, and you have to find the ones that just speak out to you. And I'm going to give you two that speaks out to me. And I love this one. This one is probably my favorite. It's my go-to one. Jeremiah 29:11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." I love that scripture because it talks of hope. It talks of a plan that I have for you. This is something that was thought out just for me. A plan was put into place. I'm special enough to have a plan that was put into place just for me. That is something I can grab onto. And it talks about what that plan is. That plan is to prosper you, to take you higher. The plan is to prosper you, to take you higher. And this was thought out just for me and not to harm you. This is someone God is saying, I don't want to harm you. I don't want to harm you. I want to prosper you. I want to take you higher than you are right now. Because right now you might be in whatever state you might be in, but my plan is to prosper you, to have you to grow into the person I know you can be. That's what that means to me. And to give you hope. That means to give you, to give me hope. Wow. That means you want to give me a goal, a desire, an aspiration, and a future. So that's longevity right there. If I'm living in the moment, to know that you have this plan for me and this future that has been thought out just for me, that changes my thinking. And it gives me hope because I want to see that. I want to get there. I want that. So I grab a hold onto this scripture because that's what it says for me. It might say something totally different for you, but that's what it says for me, and that's what I grab on and hold on to. Another scripture, and honestly, I just found this one today, but it was by accident. But I thought it was fitting, and I love this, and I actually wrote it down, and I have it on my little note card so I can go back to it and just, recite it and meditate on it. And it's Psalms 3:2-6, and it says here, "Many are saying of me, God will not deliver him. But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, the one who lifts my head high. I call out to the Lord, and he answers me from his holy mountain. I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. I will not fear, though tens of thousands assail me on every side. That one lifted my spirits in a way that I'm telling you, I just was like, what? And it was a surprise to me because I've read the passage before, but it never stuck out to me the way it sticks out to me now. And it says, many are saying, so you have your naysayers out there that are saying you're going to be whoever you're going to be. And you're going to be lower than that. That's what the naysayers are saying. That's what the people that, I would say, that's what the devil and the devil's minions say about me. That God is not going to deliver me. But the hope is, Lord is my shield. God is my protection. And he's around me, and he lifts my head up high. That means even if I'm hearing what the people are saying about me, and my head is hanging low, God says, no, I am your shield, and you do not lower your head. Lift your head up high. Lift your head up high. You have no reason to have your head down. And I call out to the Lord, and he answers me. He answers his children from the holy mountain, from where he resides. He answers us. He hears us. If he is answering me, that means he is listening to me. That means he hears me. That is something I can hope for, that if I call out to my Lord, that he is going to call back to me. And if I ask my Lord a question, he is going to give me an answer. That is something for me to hope for. And to have someone call out to you and they answer you, that means they were listening to you or listening for you. That is a blessing. And to know that I laid down and I can go to sleep and I can wake up again, and that's because God sustains me. God gives me the strength that I have. God is my everything. He is who I hope for. And then it says here, right here, I will not fear, even though tens of thousands assail me on every side. Meaning people, situations, bad stuff that's going on is happening, and it feels like it's going to cave down on me at any moment. This might not seem like a place of hope, but to know that even in all of that, that God will sustain me. God is there lifting my head up high, and that he hears me and he is going to answer me. That's what this says to me, and it gives me hope. It gives me a place to think about and to know that I am important. And I'm here to just tell you this. You are important. Let no one tell you different. Find that scripture that speaks to you, to your heart, that gives you the hope to hang on in those tough times. And we all have tough times. Right now, my air conditioner is broke, so I am sweating up a storm. And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? It's okay because it was important for me to just do this video and focus. You are not alone. Someone, everyone, I am here with you. I am praying for you. We are all praying just for you. You are beautiful. You are wonderfully made. You are the apple in God's eye. He loves you. He is listening for you. He listens so intently that once you finish speaking, he will answer you in a way that you couldn't even possibly imagine. have hope back in your life. And I don't know how that looks for you. I don't know if you just have to scream it to the top of your lungs. Hope! I will not lose hope. Because hope comes before the less in the nest tries to bring itself on. It has to attach itself to hope to make it something negative. Hope is positive, and we should all have hope. And what hope might look like for you may be a little different from me. But just to know that someone is listening to me and someone will answer me, that gives me hope. That really, really does. Because sometimes I feel like in my mind, I don't make sense. And people don't understand me. So it's very important that I know that someone is listening and they understand. So I just wanted to reach out and say that to you today. I'm sorry if I took a long time. But find that scripture. Hold on to hope. Because we need to get our people back. And when I say that, we need to, the ones that are still here, we need to keep them. I want to see that number of 10 leading cause of death in the United States. I want to see that number disappear. So that is not the leading cause of death in the United States. I want to see it disappear. I want to see it go so low that it almost seems insignificant. We have to claim back our children, and we have to listen to them. And if they can't hear us, if they feel like they can't talk to us, give them the number to the hotline. Don't be so in your feelings because someone feel like they can't talk to you. Just be blessed that they are talking to someone that they trust. It's not always about you. It's about the help that he gives someone else. And if you have to go find that help, then go find that help. Okay? Be blessed. Don't be stressed. And I'll see you next time. Symphony Reads. Thank you.